Psalms chapter 136 and 2. O give thanks unto the Most High of gods, for his mercies endure forever. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and to the Akim, listener and learner, Shalom. This is Seek the Most High Kingdom. I'm going to be doing a short lesson, and this lesson is going to be, again, the Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Because the tensions in the Barents Sea is Russia's body of water that they claim, and the United States is invading their territory. Yes, and again, the United States, they got a ship operating in the Barents Sea, and Russia saying, hey, y'all got to get off in our water, in our operational land. It's a maritime thing about this water, between all these different countries. But let me read this article. United States Navy sending ships to the Barents Sea for the first time since 1980. Military tensions between the U.S. and Russia remain high 6 years after Russia annexed Crimea from neighboring Ukraine. And Russia went over there and took, Crimea and said, hey, it's ours. They bogarted it. Now they're calling this part of their territory. And the United States and the UN trying to put sanctions on Russia. That's why this tension is continuing to remain high during this time. It said 4 U.S. Navy ships entered the Barents Sea off Russia, northwestern Arctic coast Monday, the first time U.S. warships have entered the area since 1980, according to a statement Monday from the Navy's 6th Fleet. Although it is international waters, the Barents Sea is Russia's naval backyard. The Northern Fleet, the heart of Russia's Navy, is anchored in Severomorsk, tucked off the bay of the Barents Sea, and the United States is trying to claim it now. Well, Slovakia for claiming, but the United States is trying to show Russia. They trying to display they show of power through they water through the naval forces. So but they operating in Russia's backyard in the Barents Sea. So this escalation is just going to get higher and higher. And furthermore, it's showing that the U.S. have no respect for Russia. And Russia in return is going to show the United States what kind of respect. Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Again, I read that. It said that was going to be the name of this video, because Yahweh is a man of war. And right now, this is an act of war by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. He's getting this tension between the United States and Russia. He's making it get to an all-time high between two powerful countries. Yeah, well, Russia is saying, hey, we respect it, and we know that this is in international waters, but this is our backyard. If y'all operating in our backyard, or y'all planning some kind of a sneak attack, and that's the thinking of anyone. If if a ship, a country hasn't been operating in this territory for over 30-some years, and all of a sudden, they come operating in your backyard. And Russia, they're at alarm right now for this disrespect that the United States is displaying towards Russia. The Russian government is taking offense to this. Ezekiel 29 and 15, it shall be a basis of kingdoms. Neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nations, for I will diminish them. They shall no more rule over the nations. And that's what's happening right now. The countries are getting tired, and the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is breaking down the United States, that they can't rule the nations. That the United States can't rule the nations any longer, because the United States, i.e. Babylon, is a base nation, because base men, as says reference to Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And who is the wicked? Esau Edom. And who is Esau Edom? I.e. the so-called white man. He is Edom. They are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, in the Pacific somewhere, you got China and Taiwan, have disagreements in terms of the politics that's taking place there. This out of Time magazine, it said the tweet support for Taiwan, sparking opposition from China. The United Nations, the United States, tweeted its support for the Taiwan participation in the United Nations Friday, provoking a sharp response from China, expressing strong indignation. And that's what's going on. You know, the Most High, he got the three of the powerful countries in the world at direct conflict with one another, politics, you could sort of speak. You got Russia and United States in the Barren Sea, and you have Taiwan, and you have China in the Pacific somewhere, you know, with their politics taking place. And who you have in the middle? You have Babylon, i.e. America, you know, siding with Taiwan over China. So in China, in return, it's going to join Russia, it's going to join Iran, Iraq, and to send ICBM missiles over here to destroy Babylon, i.e. America. You can just see where it's going. If you have eyes to see, ears to hear, you know, let them hear what the scriptures are saying. And this thing is really picking up in these last days. And what you need to do is be repentant and coming back to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. That would be so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans. Return back to your power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and not JC. And not JC. I can keep saying that. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm going to finish reading this Time magazine article, Salakia. The tweet from the U.S. mission to the United Nations said that the 193-member global organization was founded to serve all voices, welcome a diversity of views and perspective, and promote human rights. They said barring Taiwan from setting foot on the U.S. grounds is an affront, not just to the proud Taiwanese people, but unto UN principles. It was retweeted by the U.S. Ambassador Kelly Craft. So we know that that's full of shit talking about, you know, human rights. We know the United States haven't shown you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans any kind of human rights, you know, fair treatment since we've been in this captivity. But yet they so concerned about what's happening over in Taiwan, you know, and other countries across the world, but yet they continue to slaughter you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans in this. Yeah, again, like the United States, they continue to slaughter and kill you so-called Black, Latino, Mexicans, and Native Americans in the streets here of America, i.e. Babylon, i.e. Egypt. But yet they want to show this perception that they are for human rights, and they violated every human rights on the earth. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that have made the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And that's what's happening. You know, the nations are mad. You know, United States, they always button in, come in. You know, they annex people territory. They come and just bogart, take your natural resources, and then leave you broke. Again, and they leave you broke, and your country's in poverty, and the United States is prospering. But now what's happening is that this COVID-19 is shutting down the United States economic system as well as the systems abroad. But that's just an act of war by Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We know he controls all things. He created the heaven and earth and all things therein. So this is an act of war. But prophecy is fulfilling itself in these scriptures. You know, the Most High is stirring up the major players in this conflict. Russia, United States, China, Iran. So the prophecy is about to take place. So for you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans, you need to repent. You need to come back to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Jacob. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the holy is understanding, and knowledge of the holy is the scriptures, the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. And know that, you know, you should fear the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. But there's no fear in the land. There's no fear from you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, and Native Americans, because you continue to commit sin. For what is sin? In 1 John chapter 3 and verse 5 will tell you what sin is. Sin is the transgression of the law. Whoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. Roughly paraphrasing. So turn ye and live. And again, only the elect of you so-called Black, Latino, Mexican, Native Americans going to receive this word. So I just want to give another all praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give another double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and to the Akim listener and learning, Shalom. And again, Proverbs 9 and 10, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the holy is understanding. So